Nemo's tale begins. Father Simon, I was enduring a forced trip to a large but now defunct toy emporium to shop for my child one festive season when I noticed a product on the shelf. It was a bag of 50 colourful small plastic Santa hats, which were suitable to put on the heads of miniature figures manufactured in Denmark.
Right.
Part of a range of generic, variously coloured interlocking toy plastic bricks.
Okay, I wonder what that could be.
Yeah, I get it.
Other generic, variously coloured interlocking toy plastic bricks are available. This would hold little interest to people of a sound mind, but in an instant I saw the opportunity for harmless hilarity, so I added them to my trolley. Several days later... What certificate have we got on this one, by the way, Sister Susie? PG?
Yeah, I think so. PG.
Okay. Don't try this at home.
Let's be safe.
Several days
Definitely don't
later,
try it.
at my local pub during the first week of December, I met with a friend, let's call him Lionel, who is blessed with a similarly warped imagination and sense of humour as mine. And after a few pints of thinking juice had been consumed, we concocted a cunning plan. The next week, Lionel and I went fishing at a nearby lake stocked plentifully with many different types of fish. We spent a while catching the slippery, floppy, fin-flapping fishes. I don't think Nemo is a regular fisherman. Instead of catching and releasing, we caught them, dried off the tops of their heads, smeared on some golden syrup, and then added a colourful plastic Santa hat.
Right.
To each fish. We then released them back into the water. All in all, we syruped Santa hats to 27 fish. And off they swam.
Yeah.
There was a reason for our endeavours, and that was the fact that there was a fishing tournament in the lake later that day. Now, the afternoon was sunny and crisp, and the tournament started at 1 p.m. sharp with the soft toot of the ref's whistle. And the 100 or so combating anglers cast their lines into the water. You could cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah.
After about 30 minutes, fish began to appear on the ends of lines, but they were just ordinary fish, without anything to keep them warm. Presumably the water, this is what we thought, presumably the water had washed the syrup and the hats away.
Oh,
Fair
yes.
enough. Another 45 minutes passed, and Lionel and I were about to give up hope when we heard in the distance a cry of, "What in the world?" This was followed by 4 more Santa fish being caught within an hour.
Wow.
Causing general confusion and scattered uproarious laughter. We were enjoying our rewards very much indeed when we noticed one angler standing up in his boat, holding a Santa fish and laughing like a drain. He'd obviously never seen a funnier fish in his life and was in hysterics over it. He eventually laughed so hard, he doubled over, forgot his circumstances, lost his balance and fell out of the boat.
Fell out of the boat?
This being December, it's very cold.
Wow.
Of course, I'm happy to report he managed to drag himself back into his boat after a little struggle. But unfortunately, he did drop his very expensive fishing rod and reel into the lake, where it immediately sank to the bottom, never to be retrieved. The Santa fish also made a clean getaway, adding insult to injury to the poor, soaked fisherman. Most of the hats had, of course, been washed away, but the few to make it through sure made an impact. Lionel and I, can't say Lionel and I, were extremely satisfied and a little smug with our efforts. And to this day, I can't eat fish and chips without thinking what my cod would look like with a little Santa hat on its head. I seek forgiveness for our fishy shenanigans. I would like to apologise to the fisherman who laughed so hard that he fell out of his boat and lost his costly gear, and to the tournament organisers for turning the event into a very funny shambles, because that's what it was, really. Anyway, Nemo, I'm really not sure about this as a kind of a... I mean, I can see it as a cartoon, I can see it as a Pixar movie, but this is real life. Let's see what Sister Susie, the voice of responsibility from the pub, makes of that.
Well, Nemo, and you know, you might be having a laugh and a joke, but you didn't apologise to the fish, which I think should have been your first apology.
We're apologising to fish now. Goodness me.
We're all one.
They might not have consented.
So true. So true.
To the Santa hats. So I can't forgive you because I do think it was a bit mean to the fish. Think of the fish.
Won't someone
not
please
celebrate
think of the
Christmas.
fish?
Yes, it's that time of year where we need to think of men and women and fish.
Yes.
Brother from a nutter gutter. From a brother from an utter gutter.
An utter gutter, yes.
The utter gutter.
The utter gutter. I mean, nothing says Christmas quite like catching a haddock with a Santa hat on. That's what I thought. Really captures the spirit
And golden syrup.
And golden syrup on top there as well. If you're going to be in a boat in the middle of December and it's cold and it tips over, then that's what's coming to you, really. So should have known your circumstances. And as for dropping your rod in, if only there was some way of, fishing it out in a fishing competition
Yes.
with your nets and your rods. So nothing to forgive. Because it's Christmas, everyone.
Okay,
and won't
so
someone think of the fish?
Let's think of the fish and apologise to the fish, and then we'd all